Welcome, everybody, to Wrestling with the Week, a back suplex on the last 7 days. But here's the thing. You're thinking a back suplex? That's nothing. Well, not how we do it. We do it New Japan style, where you get all folded up, right? You get all folded up, and you're like scrunched like an accordion. I'm your host, James Holmes, joined as always by Scorpio Sky.
James, what a week.
What a week indeed. We got a great show lined up for you guys. We're going to be looking ahead to what's to come down the road, literally, on Dynamite. We have an amazing guest, Chelsea Green, and we're going to get into some What to Do, baby. We got a fun game that we're going to be playing with her. The show is packed. We're keeping it tight. We're keeping it light. We're keeping it breezy on this one, right, Sky? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I like keeping it tight. I like keeping it breezy. Great show, great interview with Chelsea. She's super exciting and fun, doing some great things. I'm excited. We're gonna have a really good one. We're gonna have a good time. I hope everybody enjoys it because this is my favorite time of the week.
This is your favorite time. I wish, I was watching Dynamite and I wished that I could say that you were having fun, but I get the vibe that you're just not having fun on Dynamite because there's this little, I forget his name, but this little flea. It's what's his name? Flea something?
Derby.
Derby
Allen.
Right.
Derby Allen. Derby all in.
What's going on with Derby?
I'm so sick of him, man. I'm over it. Like, can we just grow up? Like, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I
don't know that he can.
Let things be done. No, I guess he can't.
Pituitary issues.
I don't know, man. I don't know what his problem is. Dude's got a serious problem. He's got issues. He should just leave us alone and just, I don't know, go off with his dad somewhere and walk and go fishing like the intro to the Andrew Griffith show, you know? Can you picture that? Mm-hmm. Just like Sting and Darby walking with their fishing poles next to the lake, and it's just, like that would be great.
Yeah, I could see it. Yeah, that makes sense. They're already black and white, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, move on to that.
Yeah.
No, they can find themselves a Barney Fife and leave us alone. That's how I feel. I don't know.
Because it seems to me, it's like you guys come out there and you guys just talk about the things that you intend to achieve and the things you want to accomplish, right? You have a ton of momentum. You're the men of the year. And so it's just weird that would make someone feel so uncomfortable backstage that they have to come out in all manners of ridiculousness and just interrupt it. It's I don't know. It's weird to me.
I'm over it. He is going to be in Jackass 4, right? Did you hear about that?
Oh, he's the titular character.
He's I don't know what it is. I've never watched a Jackass movie, but I feel like I've watched them every time he's on television. But beside from that, so there's a congratulations. I'm not going to be a hater, congratulations to him. He's got a little movie debut, I guess. So that's cool for him, congrats. Dude. I was gonna
say, you just hope that he'd be a little bit busy. Again, you're right. I think it's important. I try and take an Ethan Page from the book of the Men of the Year, and I think it's important to try and take the higher ground on this and just kind of move past it and be above it, right?
Yeah. Can I jump subjects just for a second?
Of course. Yeah, this is your show too.
This is only for the video audience, but I like the color of your shirt today.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, what is
like
that?
That's
color? Nice.
This is a Funhouse branded
it's a
Funhouse.
Shirt. Okay.
Funhouse shirt, but yeah, it's nice. It's a good material. It's nice. It's kind of, what would we say? This not neon. It's somewhere between neon yellow and green, but like an acceptable form.
It looks like an athletic, like athleisure. This is the type of color that you would wear in a running shoe commercial, right?
Okay.
You just you hear the feet pounding. Across the ground or whatever.
And then
and they're just asphalt. There we go. And it's like Nike running or something. This is
it
great.
Pans up to me completely gassed. Just utterly gassed. Struggling. Joking. That would sell shoes, right? Because that would be like, it's like realistic. Someone would be able to see themselves in that, right?
It's just the feet and then the slow pan up to the guy holding his spleen or whatever.
The cramps.
Because running is terrible. That's the commercial I want to see. Nike, Adidas.
That's what we want to see. Call me, Nike. I will totally. We can only do do one take though, because I don't have the cardio for sure. Oh boy,
I love it.
Well, we are already loosening up this very, very tight show, but we want to talk a little bit about what's to come down the road with Dynamite. Eric, you want to pop out here?
Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Eric, and I'm popping out here. I just wanted to point out, talking about fashion at the top. Every time my wife sees Sky on TV, Paige is full Men of the Year and everything, she just goes, "He's so fashionable."
Oh, right.
Every time I see him, every time. And I'm just like, yeah, I think that's like his thing. And she's like, no, because everyone else is like, what's with the Dark Order? And I said, what do you mean? And she said, they're all in like, they all have masks or have like a shirt and they're just like, they're goofy. But every time Sky is on TV, it's like dressed to the nines. And I said, those are his fancies.
Yeah. Well, God bless her for saying that. So God bless her for it. Yeah, man, we gotta be our fancies. You can't be a Man of the Year, and like you have to go a direction, right? Because you can still look good in your comfies, but you have to be like fashionable comfies. You know? So you don't have to dress up all the time. You don't have to wear the tacky "I'm a bad guy" suits. You know, just you know, put your fancies on, put your comfies on. I am talking with Ethan Page. I want to come out with something for the fans so they can be in fancies and they can be in their comfies. We're waiting on it. I don't want to give too much away. The first thing I will say is we do have a new Men of the Year t-shirt.
Love it.
Yep.
It's got the two of us on the front. We're pointing at each other. It was originally a like a cartoon type comic book version of it. And we were like, it didn't capture the essence of how handsome we actually are. So let's just get rid of that shirt and put ourselves on it in our actual pictures. And so, yeah, and that's better. So people, please go out and get that. Shop AEW.com. Yeah. Well, yeah. Again, thank your wife for that. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
It's nice. It's nice to be noticed.
Yeah. And you're very noticed on this show. Things that we're also noticing though, is that AEW back on the road, guys. It is time for these birds to fly. We have to get back to full arenas. All these people, they're itching to see all this professional wrestling live. Next stop, Austin, Texas. Oh man, what is it going to be? Ooh, cannot wait. Oh hell yeah, cannot wait to see what happens in Austin, Texas. Guys, how do you feel? And we're gonna have some news about what's going on in Austin, Texas a little later in the show, but how's it going to feel to get back to Austin, Texas for a little bit of AEW Dynamite?
Austin always has a special place in my heart from all of the great matches I had there with a company known as Wrestle Circus. And I credit them for helping me turn the corner, so to speak, in pro wrestling. And I just had some great experiences there. The fans were fantastic. And just some of the best times I've had. So it's always good to go back. And Austin, this is only going to be our second time, I believe, getting back to the Austin area. So I'm really excited about it. And we're going to have some fun.
Yeah, I'm excited for you to go. Obviously, given my employment history with Rooster Teeth and everything like that, I have a very close relationship with Austin. I'm super excited. I mean, not to look too far ahead, but I was like, oh my gosh, it goes from Austin, Texas to, I don't remember the next one, but then like by the end of the month, you're going to be in Charlotte, North Carolina, which is where I was born and raised, baby. Woo. And I was like, oh my gosh, Charlotte, like you guys are going to all the places that not LA though, but
give it time. I'm sure 2022 at the least, at the long, like, if not sooner, you know, who knows? There's a lot of dates in between what's been announced already and the end of the year. Speaking of what's been announced already, can we talk a little bit about All Out Week?
Oh guys,
let's do it.
So this was announced and this is like crazy. This is one of those things where I might have to fly up for it because, man, it's going to be nuts. All Out in the Chicagoland area is what they're saying. It's a full week party. It's going to be Dynamite on Wednesday, Rampage on Friday, and then on Sunday, it will be All Out, everything live. I can't wait to see it, guys. What's it going to be like in Chicago for that full week? It's going to be nuts.
Chicago's always hot for us. I mean, that was where really everything started. That's where All In was before AEW, and then obviously we've done All Out there. I'm sure we're going to do a fan event. It's going to be a lot of fun. And me personally, I can't speak about it. Again, I'm dropping nuggets here. I'm dropping breadcrumbs for people to hopefully follow. We're on Wednesday. We're on Friday. We're on Sunday. Thursday and Saturday seem a little bit open, so I might want to do a little something. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say for right now, but I might want to do a little something.
Okay. I mean,
James, what do you think of Chicago as a wrestling town? What do you think about AEW taking over that whole city?
I mean, I love the idea of a city takeover. As far as Chicago goes, I don't have, I guess I don't have a birthright or a emotional claim to. I've been lucky enough to visit Chicago only one time and had an amazing visit. Eric, you talking about flying up for that? Maybe.
Maybe I would. I mean, I just think it would be really cool. There's so much going on that week, and if it's AEW focused, now Sky's breadcrumbing it out here, so we're just what's going on? I might want to check that out. I just think it's going to be wild. I just think it's going to be a wild time, so we might have to go see what's up.
Sounds great.
Man, okay, last thing, because it was announced for the Austin show, Ricky Starks, this was announced by Taz. How? I don't know. A medically cleared Ricky Starks will be taking on fellow Team Taz member Brian Cage, and it will be for the FTW Championship. There's so many different pieces going on here. What's going on with Team Taz? And I mean, if we have to just cut it down the middle, who walks out the FTW champion?
I'm going to say this. If I'm coming off of an injury, especially a pretty significant injury, I don't want my first match back to be against Brian Cage. So I don't know what I don't want to ever question Taz. He's got a lot of knowledge. He's been around a long time. But this, I have to question. I mean, is this really the smartest decision for one, you're putting brother against brother, and I don't know. I don't know the motivation behind this, and this does not look good for Ricky Starks.
No. I don't want to try and jump into the mind of Taz. Okay, I feel like that's a dangerous place to go. But when I roll my eyes back into my head and I try and picture it, you know what this feels like? This feels like one of those times where two people are in a relationship and it's not working out, but neither of them refuses to say they quit or they break up. So they just kind of like driving a wedge between each other, hoping that the other one will say something first, so that way they don't have to feel guilty about it.
Wow.
And I don't know what Taz's plan is from this, other than tearing up Team Taz, which I love. I think it's a great team. Love everyone on that team, but I just don't know. I don't know what he's going for with this. Like, I just don't understand it.
It's going to be rough. It's going to be a big one, but I will say that Hook spoke and he said he's tired of the tension in the group.
Oh my God.
I mean, that's more words than he said, but Hook spoke. So that's the important part here.
Big.
Guys, there's a lot going on with AEW. There's a lot going on with Dynamite, but we don't have time to cover any more. We have to keep moving with the show. We have this interview we have to get to. You guys need to keep moving. Go.
Okay, we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going.
Let's roll.
Thank you, Eric. Yeesh.
Who was
pushy?
That?
A little pushy.
Who was that guy? How does he get in the studio?
So pushy. Yeah, I don't know. Lock the door. Can you guys make sure he doesn't get back in? Thank you. Okay. Anyways, James.
Yes.
Got a question for you.
What's up?
What it do, baby? Yeah, I held that one.
Yeah, that was great. That was a good one. One of these days, I'm hoping that you're gonna do the the little like music sting that happens. I'm like, someday you're gonna do that. It's gonna be great.
Oh man, so I mean, like, so much has been going on. I know you haven't been watching. The NBA playoffs have been nuts this year. I've never seen so many star players get injured, and it may come down to whoever stays the healthiest. I just wanted to touch on that briefly and talk about, like, obviously my Lakers are out. RIP. It's very sad. There's not going to be a parade down Kobe Bryant Boulevard, which still needs to be addressed. We still need to get that changed. But
parade is owed.
The parade is owed. We didn't get a parade last year because of the pandemic. We didn't win the championship this year. I'm still upset, but hopefully next year we will be back. And I need you to jump on board. I need you to support us.
Okay. All right.
I will keep you updated on everything that is happening in the off season once we get to the off season.
Great. Okay. Yes. I'm ready. Yes. I'm ready.
Yeah. We need you. We need you. We need your help.
Yeah.
We need all the help we can possibly get. So there's something they passed us. I don't know about these radioactive hybrid terror pigs have I can't even read the headline. It makes it sounds like one of those things that is made that Eric makes up when we're playing the game
you're right,
shoot news or something.
It's a fake news story.
It doesn't seem like
real news. This is real news. Radioactive hybrid terror pigs have made themselves a home in Fukushima's exclusion zone. What's so hard to understand about the radioactive terror pigs?
The register.com under their classification boot notes.
Radioactive terror pigs. It sounds like like something that is going to be in a cartoon or something, like the Ninja Turtles fight them or something. Well,
so like in the radiated area from the Fukushima disaster, right? Like I guess you can tell human beings not to go in there. You can put up the caution tape and what have you, but you're not going to stop pigs. And so it sounds like the pigs have wandered in there. They've been eating radioactive material. Pigs, they say in terms of intelligence, it's like in life on this planet, it's like a 1-2 tie between humans and dolphins, right? And then right below that, they always go pigs. Pigs are like number 3. This doesn't feel like they're very smart unless they know something, right? Like they know that they can survive. But I don't know, why are they terror pigs? Because they come out of the towns and then they just like bother people? That doesn't seem...
That's just something they threw on there to make it a little bit more eye-catching. Because if it was just like radioactive pigs, which is eye-catching enough, like if you see a headline that says radioactive pigs, I'm like, excuse me? But then when you throw on radioactive terror pigs, now there's an element of danger. There's just like, oh, wait a minute, terror pigs? Like nobody wants that, so I think that's just something they sprinkled in.
I want to just real quick, sorry, I'd like to quickly step back and point out that James said that humans and dolphins are tied for intelligence.
That's what they say. Yeah, intelligent animals, intelligent creatures on this planet. It's like dolphins and humans, and it's like a debate between which one's number one.
What debate is there that dolphins are number 1? Dolphins don't have podcasts. What are you talking about?
Dolphins also don't have jobs that they go to every single day. Dolphins live a paradise life in the most beautiful places on the planet, bouncing through the waves. So you tell me who's smarter, the one who created traffic or the one who gets to jump and do flips?
And listen, and we don't know that they don't have podcasts. I mean, they may have their own version.
They live in pods. They live in pods. That's how they travel, Eric. Then when they talk to each other as they're going through the currents, that is a podcast. They do it.
No cap.
I don't agree with this. They don't even have PlayStation 5, which is the newest PlayStation.
Wait. How do we know that? Because, I mean, there's still a lot of people that don't have PS5s, and somebody's got to be getting all these. Right?
You think that the PS5 shortage is caused by dolphins?
Maybe.
How do we know they aren't? Are they being like, what happens if they were being shipped here on a ship and then the ship freaking like crashed or something and then they all spilled over and now like these dolphins are just dominating 2K21 or something? Like, we don't know that. I'm sounding really stupid. I know.
This podcast is out of control.
We are off the rails.
This is insane. We're talking about dolphins being smarter than people, and they have podcasts.
If you there's so many things that come up when you search for. Here's a YouTube video. Are dolphins smarter than humans? By someone that looks like a hippie. Are animals smarter than us?
I want to apologize to
dolphins.
I want to apologize to all the listeners that are hearing this conversation. We're sorry. We had Snoop Dogg in studio before we started this show, so no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Wait a minute. So, okay. I want to jump for a second here.
Yeah.
Because they changed the NCAA rules. The Supreme Court.
Of course I knew that. Yeah.
And so now Master P's son Hersey Miller, which just an interesting name. He signed a $2 million name, image, likeness contract ahead of his Tennessee State debut. Like, holy cow, what a change, right?
And, I know, yeah.
I'm really happy about this, to be honest with you.
Is this how long is the term for this contract?
Okay, that one I don't know. I may have to pull the story up and ask Bleacher Report about this. I just want to talk about how I'm incredibly happy that these rules have finally been changed, because the schools have been making money off these kids forever. And there's no reason why they shouldn't be able to make money off of their own likeness. It's insane.
Absolutely.
So, yeah,
absolutely,
good.
yeah. It is wild. I went to a basketball college, and obviously the athletes are essentially celebrities on campus. But it is wild to think about how large of a stage that they perform on, and then the hope is that you can get out in 4 years, and then I mean, not to dig too much into the crisis of it, but I think a big problem is that they go to these schools, and then that the expectation is that their only role there is to build a basketball team or a football team or an athletic squadron that then drives attention to the school, which then raises funds for the school. But they don't necessarily prioritize what they're going to do when they get out. And we know that a fraction of student athletes actually are able to become professional athletes. You should allow them to at least walk away from school with something that isn't like a worthless degree, or even worse, nothing, right? Like,
yeah, especially when you are making money off of them. I can't help but think about all the kids that would have made a ton of money had this rule been changed sooner. And even if you want to look at someone as recent as Zion Williamson, who is obviously probably not struggling right now, but he was huge, so he could have made a lot of money. And if you look at like Tim Tebow and all these guys that had these big followings in college, and unfortunately it didn't work out for them, but it'll be greater later, as I like to say. And the kids going forward will now finally be able to make some money off their likenesses.
Absolutely.
Yep. And I love it.
That's it. Is that any other what it do's? Yeah.
There's no more babies to what it do.
I'll say any more dangerous animals lurking in the wings. Well, there is actually. There's a very dangerous animal lurking in the wings. Chelsea Green, our interview this week, she is just a blast. Had an amazing time talking to her. And so let's check her out right now in the run-in.
Super excited for this guest. Friend of mine, one of the most entertaining performers in the business, in my opinion. She is a former WWE NXT superstar, current independent, all over the world superstar, and the host of two podcasts, Green with Envy and Majorland. She is Chelsea Green. Thanks for being on the show, Chelsea.
Wow, what an intro. It still feels really crazy to say like former WWE star. How weird is that?
It feels really weird for me, having never even come remotely close, and will never. But yes.
Okay, but
yeah,
you
I wasn't
trust
sure
me,
about
I
it.
didn't come closer than you. Like I was right there too.
No. I mean, I'm always, hey, I'm going to build you up. Like, that's a huge accomplishment, whether you're there or not. Currently, like, so many people dream their entire lives of getting there, and whether you were there for years or a day or your entire life, the fact of the matter is you got there and you defied all the odds, and you did something that so many other people haven't done, myself included. And so it's something to be proud of.
It's so crazy because like I set my sights on WWE and NXT, and I got there, but it was just so quick. But it's just a testament to, you can't, you can set a goal, but you can't set the path. You can never know where you're going to kind of stray and all the other stops you're going to make on the way.
I want to actually talk to you about that path, because, I just want to talk about where this whole journey began for you. I mean, you've worked in a lot of interesting careers. And so like if you're looking back on where you are now, where you've gotten to, like, what is that path like? Where did your love of wrestling begin? And like, how did you get into it? Like, what drew you to everything?
So I played sports growing up. I played volleyball, track and field, soccer, basketball. I tried everything, but I was never a wrestling fan. And I just totally fell into it when I was going to school for kinesiology in Calgary. I actually lived about 10 minutes away from Lance Storms. And so that it was a very strange thing that I fell into, but I got in the ring for the first time in 2014 and I fell madly in love with it. And I think that none of my friends or family members were truly surprised because I always wanted to do something with athletics. And then I was always a drama queen anyway. So
wow. There's a quote that I saw that you had recently that I wanted to talk about, and it was something along the lines of, you said you felt like you belong in the Divas era more, and what makes you feel like that, and where does that come from?
Okay, so even from the minute I stepped foot in the ring in 2014, everyone had put me in that box anyway, because I was athletic, but I liked to wear makeup and I liked to wear pink and I liked the sparkles and like the glitz and the glam. And what initially attracted me to wrestling at all was Kelly Kelly, like the epitome of diva. And so I don't necessarily think of diva as something negative. I love it. It's just the mix of the athletic side of things with like the sexy side and the glam side and things like that. And that's just what I love about wrestling aside from character work. So I really, and of course I can say that I don't think it's a negative word because I wasn't in the diva era either. So it's easy for me to say that. Who knows what I would think if you had to put me in the ring 10 years ago. I might have had a bad taste in my mouth about it, but I just love embracing the sexual side of me and the sexy side and like the confident side. And those are things that I just don't think that we see as much anymore, but I love it.
I think there's definitely something to be said. And number one, I think it's very important because this is something that fandoms do when they look back with rose-colored glasses and they diminish all of the accomplishments that the people were doing at the time, just because maybe they didn't care for the era or they only focus on some of the negative things. But it is really cool to hear you say that, because I think that oftentimes, and this goes for men's division, women's division, anything, I always hate when you see the fanfare end at the entrance ramp. So much effort goes into coming down to the ring and presenting yourself. And then as soon as you step onto the apron, it's like, okay, now we're going to have an MMA fight. And it's like, it doesn't have to be that way. And I really love hearing you describe, you want it to be consistent. Like the way you come into the ring is the way you leave, right?
That's exactly it. And that is something that I just tried so hard to bring to NXT was I am the hot mess. I know what kind of character I am. I know who the hot mess is. I know what she is like from bell to bell. And I wouldn't punch and I wouldn't kick and I wouldn't fight in that way. And great to the people who can do that, but the hot mess is something different. And I don't need to try to fit into another box. I'm good with the one that I've built for myself.
I'm so glad you brought up, you said hot mess, right? Like, I want to know, where did the hot mess come from? Where did you even come up with that?
Well, when I first started wrestling, again, like I was so set on being a Kelly Kelly knockoff that I had tunnel vision on what I thought I was going to be. And when I got to Impact and they pushed me outside of my comfort zone and Dutch was my producer, Dutch forced me to screw up my makeup in a pre-tape and sing and do things that I just was like, no, it's going to ruin my sex appeal and all this stuff. And the minute I saw it air, I was like, whoa, that is so different, so unique, so something we haven't seen before, especially from a girl who was trying to be sexy. We've never seen someone go off the deep end like that. And I just fell in love with watching that character. And so in turn, every time that I went back to Impact or every time I went on the indies, I tried to make that character crazy and add on to that character. And the best part of the hot mess was that everyone always gave me their take on who they thought the hot mess was. And I loved it because that's how I came up with my moveset. And that's how I came up with the character and how she evolved, was from everyone telling me how they saw her. Or maybe they saw a girl at the bar that they thought was a total hot mess, and this is what she did. And I would take that and I would do it in the ring the next week. And it was just like, I've never had this freedom, but the minute that I put on the bride dress and the makeup, I felt total freedom. Like I wasn't judged and I was just doing exactly what I wanted in that moment.
So let's talk about your podcasts. And that's with an S at the end. Like you've got Green with Envy, you've got Majorland. You are busy. I am like struggling with just my one podcast and hoping it doesn't get canceled every single week. So how are you able to pull up to them? Tell me about both of them and how you're enjoying that.
Green with Envy, formerly 50 Shades of Green before I got my cease and desist. That is just something that I don't know what it is, but I think that's why I love it, because it really is like a hot mess podcast, and it's just an array of topics, whatever I feel that week. And it's turned into somewhat of a wrestling podcast meets Call Her Daddy, like a lot of sex, but I don't know why. I think it's just because for the past few years, being in the public eye and wanting to get to WWE, I was so quiet about my thoughts or about like funny stories that I had and the stuff I've gone through prior to WWE. So now I want to share that with everyone. I've lived this whole life that nobody knows of before, wrestling. And I want people to learn those things about me, because there's a lot of embarrassing stories that I have to share. So that's kind of what Green with Envy is. But I totally am living week to week, hoping that nothing gets canceled and that I don't get canceled.
That's life as we know it. I want to ask, is there a morsel, like a tidbit, one of those stories that you have? Can you give us like a headline or something for one of those that people would get if they listen to your podcast?
Oh man. Okay. So next week, I'm going to talk about the time I peed in front of the LA Kings captain and he didn't even know it. I peed my pants.
Perfect. If that isn't an excuse to download the podcast right now, I don't know what. I'm going to check my subscriptions to make sure it's going.
You guys better check that. That sounds, you sold me on that. So I'm really, really excited about that. Something else I'm very, very excited about is this game we have planned. We're going to bring Eric in.
Yeah. This is an excellent interview. I've enjoyed this one immensely. Chelsea, you light up a room is what I was going to say until you said that you peed your pants in front of a hot dog. But it's okay. You light up a room,
and the room got much brighter, even brighter still.
It's a weird room we're in. But guys, here's the thing. Talking about lighting up a room, I have an excellent singing voice is the thing. And karaoke is back, baby. I can't get enough of getting up in front of the people and performing. So I wanted to perform some karaoke for you guys. These are some of my favorite songs, my karaoke go-tos. I just want to give you a couple of lyrics. We're going to play Name Is Your Buzzer style. If you can tell me what the song is, say your name. I will call on you. And you tell me what song I am singing beautifully to you. Are you ready to hear my beautiful vocals?
Let's go.
I'm doing this tonight. You're probably going to start a fight. I know this can't be right. Hey, baby, come on.
Oh, God, I know it.
James.
Yeah, James, go ahead. Perfect. Yeah.
I know it's definitely Genesis. It's for sure Genesis.
It's not Genesis. No.
It's not Genesis?
No, it's not Genesis.
All right. Okay, then I don't know.
Doing this tonight. You're probably going to start a fight. I know this can't be right. Hey, baby, come on.
Oh, my God. Come on.
Is this like an Adam Levine song? Or
it is familiar.
No. What? Yeah, you know why it's familiar, guys? We'll go to the next one. This was Bye by NSYNC.
Oh my, yeah, doing this tonight. We're probably, yeah.
That's how you guys are, okay. You can't be right. Hey, baby,
that's
come on.
Embarrassing.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah,
that's how I.
It's because of the way he sings it, Chelsea.
It is. You're totally right.
I thought he was still telling us the rules when he was halfway through the lyrics. I thought he was still explaining the rules.
What are you guys talking about? I was singing a song, guys.
All right.
Next. Zeros across the board.
No
zeros all around, except for me. A point for me because I'm such a good singer. Next song.
Yikes.
Will it ever stop? Yo, I don't know. Turn off the lights and I'll glow.
Sky.
Oh.
Ice, baby. Vanilla Ice.
Wow.
Yeah. Absolutely. See? That was good.
You were kind of on melody for that.
Yeah, you were. I started singing it.
It's because I'm a great singer.
Yeah, you were. That was good.
All right. Next one. Decided to dip. Now you want to trip. Because another brother noticed me. I'm up on him. He up on me. Don't pay him any attention. Whoa, Chelsea, right away.
Wait.
What is it?
At first I thought it was Baby Got Back, but now I question myself once you kept going.
Uh-oh.
No!
Uh-oh. Smart strategy. The early buzz in, so you have time to think, though, is smart.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Now you want to trip. Because another brother noticed me. I'm up on him. He up on me. Don't pay him any attention. Beyonce! Put a ring on it. It is Beyonce.
Single ladies, whatever it is.
Yeah, that is incredible. Chelsea. That's because my vocals
You got there.
Like Beyonce. Come on.
Oh my God, but at first I thought it was, why did I think it was like, what is going on with my head? Baby Got Back. I'm like, that's not
Similar
it.
Themes.
Why am I thinking that?
Similar themes. Yeah.
Similar themes. James is right. Similar themes.
Do we have a
guys,
tiebreaker?
We have one more. This
or
will
a tie
break the
maker.
tie.
Here comes
or
James.
This could be a super tie maker. That is true.
Yeah.
Here we go. You are my fire, the one desire.
Sky.
Believe when I...
Sky.
I want it that way.
Sky. Beautiful.
Boys.
Absolutely phenomenal.
My muscles.
God. That's jacked.
So
incredible. Guys, that's how we play the game. Well-versed. Congratulations. Scorpio Sky, you are officially now my karaoke partner. And every time I go to karaoke, you have to come. We have to go to karaoke together all the time.
Nope.
Huh?
Not going to happen.
But you won.
Sorry.
All right, then I'm out of here. Thanks,
right,
Chelsea. Thanks for
Eric,
playing.
Bye. Let's get back to Chelsea. Way too much of you.
Thank you, Eric.
I'm sorry, Eric. Chelsea, thank you so much. We have to get you back on the show. I mean, because these interviews are so short and tight and they move so quickly. We got to get you back on the show. Make sure you guys all check out Green with Envy and Majorland. Follow Chelsea on Instagram. That is Chelsea A. Green, verified. On Twitter, I'm Chelsea Green, verified. You know what I'm saying? We got the blue check marks. Putting it out there like, yes, we verified and we doing it and we making money at a minute. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you again, man. I honestly would say this, like, I would always put you over when people would ask, and it was just, she's so charismatic, so funny. Like, you could be a stand-up comedian if you wanted to, because, like, I mean, if anyone hangs out with you for 10 or 15 minutes, even, like, they're gonna laugh, they're gonna have a good time, and that's why you're legitimately one of my favorite people. So
thank you. I was so happy to be invited onto the show, and whenever you guys want me back, I'm here. Not going to be unemployed for long. Okay, so get me while you can.
That's all right.
Yeah.
That's right.
We absolutely will. Thank you so much, Chelsea.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
So thank you so much to Chelsea Green. That was such a fun game that we played with her. And as always, please check out the audio version of this podcast if you want the entire interview. We cover some amazing things, and we would love to have her back anytime.
She's so much fun, so much energy. I love chatting with Chelsea. So that was great. Make sure you guys check that out. Now, James.
Yes.
You know what time it is? Do you know what part of the show we are getting to?
It's getting towards the end. It's getting towards the end. So
it's all about you, my friend. It is all about you. We are going to go to 15 seconds with James. Let's get him on the screen. Let's get the clock. The clock is ready. And so, James, what's going on?
You know, I honestly felt like the Terror Pigs is a pretty good coverage for me, but I'm glad to have the extra time. I did a workout this weekend. It's called 500 Reps of Summer. Okay? It involved 500 reps in 6 different bodies.
And that's about it. Oh, man. The summer, it seems like it goes faster every single year, doesn't it?
Right.
Holy cow. At that point, it's time to bring Eric back in. We've got a few things we want to touch on before we go home and call it a day. And Eric,
what do you got for us?
I'm back, and now it's time for the finish.
Wow, look at that. So good. So good.
Go being a professional, gentlemen.
You did it.
Doing it
You wiped with your hand the wrong way, though. You got to go.
Yeah, that was the wrong way.
What? All right, well, then let's do it again. Guys, this is the part of the show we call the finish.
There it is. We got it.
That was so good.
We got it.
That's how it's done. Guys, as always, you can follow us, stay up to date on Instagram, on Twitter, at WWTW Pod. Check us out there, see what we're doing, see what's going on. Don't forget to follow James and Sky at Scorpio Sky on Twitter and Instagram, at James Willems on Twitter, and at James Willems Feet. I mean, there's also at James Willems on Instagram.
You can find anything. I'm everywhere, baby.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Look at
Sky- Dang, what the?
Scorpio
Jeez.
Sky Arms on Twitter.
God. And then Sky also has a TikTok, so just keep doing stuff on TikTok. You're going to be a millionaire.
Yeah,
I think that's how that works.
I haven't really done too much. I need to get it back on there, but you know,
Too many social medias. There's
Talk
too
to
many.
Ethan. Ethan will have a million ideas for stuff you can do.
He doesn't have a TikTok. He's not a TikTok
Well, he
guy.
can. Well, make him do stuff on yours, and then you'll be a millionaire.
Wow,
See?
that's probably right.
Big brains. Big brains. Guys, a special announcement. Here's what's going on. Next week, it's July 15th. That's the day after Dynamite in Austin. Oh, day after Dynamite in Austin. What's Austin, Texas, where I'm based? Me, Eric? That's great. But we're flying James in. Sky's going to be here for Dynamite. That's right, July 15th, 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central, a special live in studio edition.
What?
Wrestling
Finally.
the week. Can you believe it, guys? We have moved heaven and earth to get time so we can get into the studio in the middle of RTX. I cannot wait to get all of us in there, and I will be the tallest one, and I will be the biggest one, and everyone will say, Eric, you're the best. And I've been dreaming about this a lot for a long time, so I've been working hard. Don't give me that face, Sky. What are you doing? That's I know what this is. I'm excited. So again, come on, James. What the heck? July 15th, 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central. That's going to be a special RTX edition of Wrestling with the Week, guys. I can't wait to get us all in studio, and that's why in the finish, it's not just one word. I want you to tell me what it's going to mean to you to finally get in the studio for an episode of this show. James, I want to start with you.
Kinetic energy. Here's the thing. I feel like Sky and I, and Eric to a lesser extent, have great charisma all together on this show. And I think it's going to be a blast doing it in studio. It's going to be different, but it's going to be fun. I think this is the one to watch. I think this one's going to be super fun. It's going to be super dynamic. We have some things that we're going to be planned that are super unique for this amazing opportunity. And I really can't wait for people to check it out.
Sky.
Yes, I will echo those sentiments. I will at least be meeting you guys in person for the very first time ever. So that's going to be interesting. Getting in studio, it's going to be so much fun. Getting back to Austin. I do want to know, are you going to bring the Scott Steiner headdress thing?
I will. You know what? Just for you, I'll bring it.
Then even better. I'm even more excited about. Yeah, that thing's packed already.
Yeah.
Yep, I love it. I'm good.
Is Austin, Texas, July 15th, 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central, a special edition of Wrestling with the Week live in studio. Guys, I can't wait. Let's do it. Let's get out of here.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you live next week.
Just stop. From the bottom to the top, gotta push through it all. You the one, do it all. You the one, do it all.